Welcome to Dakota Wesleyan's annual Honors Banquet. My name is Sierra Crater, and I serve as the junior class president. The purpose of this evening's banquet is to honor the excellence and achievements of Wesleyan students. This excellence will take a variety of forms, including academic accomplishments, scholar athletes, student senators, and this year's Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan. I'd like to begin this evening's activities by inviting President Amy Novak to say a few words. Please join me in welcoming her.
Thank you, Sierra. Tonight is the start of a week that has mixed emotions for me personally, as I recall moving many of your sons and daughters, many of you students, onto campus. And this week we began by celebrating all that you've accomplished. Many of you here tonight are seniors. Some of you are not. We still honor that work and that persistence. But we also know that within a week we will be celebrating your graduation as the class of 2018. And so it's always with sort of mixed emotions that we come to an event of this nature, but with a great deal of pride for the type of persons that each of you have become. I want to extend a special thank you to the parents, the friends, the family members, the staff and faculty who are here with us tonight to celebrate the 2018 Honors Convocation. And recently I was reading a biography on the first wife of Albert Einstein. Her name was Mileva Merrick. And the archival information suggested that she actually may have been highly influential and perhaps arguably the co-author of his most prominent work on the theory of relativity. Her mathematic prowess was undeniably exceptional. And today, history records her as one of the great scientific minds of the 20th century. I was reflecting on her work and particularly struck by a piece of her writing in which she remarked, "Our theory," because she and Albert had truly created it together, "will be met with confirmation only when we have checked again, and rechecked our work, and then written it with precision, checked again, and mailed it." She goes on, one only finds the pearl when they first understand what constitutes the shell. This, in many respects, resembles the remarkable tenacity and persistence, as well as each of our students' abilities to learn from failures, that has characterized the success that we celebrate tonight. And at DWU, we recognize that this means your work manifested itself in not only learning, but also in leadership, in your commitment to faith, and in your genuine commitment to service. So we're excited to honor you, and we're pleased to have so many family members, friends here to support you. We will begin tonight with prayer, and I'd like to invite Pastor Denise Van Meter to open us with a time of prayer.
Would you pray with me, please? God, in this time of renewal, of spring around us, where there's new life in the grass and in the trees and flowers that are starting to come up, we're reminded that you renew us, that you give us life, that you make us into something more than we could ever be by ourselves. And as we end up this semester, and so many of us are tired, and the students have papers and tests still to do, we need to be reminded that you are with us, that you're walking with us, and that you love us. So please come and be in our time together, that it would be good for each other, that would be encouraging, that it would be a supportive time. Please bless our conversation and bless this food, that it would all be a gift back to you. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you, President Novak and Pastor Van Meter. Won't you please also join me in thanking the food service staff for providing tonight's meal. Please wait for instructions from our servers regarding when your table should enter the buffet line. Please use the side doors to enter the buffet line. You'll come back in through the main doors. Enjoy your meal. Oh, sorry.
Sure, yeah. Good evening. I want to encourage everyone to continue eating, but we have a long program, so we're going to begin. My name is Joe Royt. I'm privileged to serve as the provost here at Dakota Wesleyan University, and we are going to begin the evening with the Distinguished Scholars Awards. The Distinguished Scholar pins, which were formerly the alumni medals, are presented to outstanding individuals in various departments at Dakota Wesleyan University. These selections are made by the departments, and they are based on scholarship and academic performance. We'll go in alphabetical order, and the Distinguished Scholar Awards for Accounting go to Cody Horst and Maria Schwader. Cody has demonstrated herself to be an outstanding student in the accounting program. Her determination has made her a leader in the classroom and will serve her well in life. Maria is involved in a variety of activities at Dakota Wesleyan, ranging from music to student senate and chapel to late-night study tables. Her hard work and humor are always appreciated by the accounting program. In athletic training, the Distinguished Scholar Award goes to Tyson Allen. If you come forward when your name is called, please. Tyson is distinguished by his work ethic and his willingness to go above and beyond conventional expectations within the athletic training setting. He uses intelligence and calm personality to make appropriate decisions and sets an example as a leader. In biology, the Distinguished Scholar Award goes to Sarah Hushner. Sarah was selected not only for her general academic accomplishments, but specifically for her demonstrated ability and potential to undertake scientific research. She is always seeking out new challenges, such as participating in a medical mission to the Dominican Republic and applying her summer research internship and fellowships that will help her achieve her career goals. In business administration, the Distinguished Scholar Award goes to Russell Pick. Russell has a great work ethic and excellent leadership skills. His time management skills have enabled him to succeed in the classroom while balancing his commitment to the golf team. His professionalism is outstanding, and his compassion for others shines through as he works with youth in the summer at the golf course. In chemistry, the award goes to Tyler Fortuna. Tyler presented his work publicly at least 6 times, most notably at as the South Dakota Brin representative at the Capitol in Pierre. He initiated a collaboration with Sanford Research, and he will be the primary author on the resulting paper. He will represent Dakota Wesleyan well as he pursues his PhD in integrative systems biology. In criminal justice, the award goes to Hannah Willis. Hannah is a collegial and positive person with demonstrated commitment to the criminal justice profession. She possesses the drive and skills to be a respected leader in the field. In digital media and design, the award goes to Megan Peltier. Megan has demonstrated her true passion for the arts and consistently puts forth the effort necessary to succeed in this demanding field. She takes great care in her designs and always seems to have fun while doing it. Her attention to detail sets her apart. We have 2 recipients in education, Josie Huber and Derek Brenner. Josie is a skillful young educator whose compassion for those who struggle with learning in any area and at any age should serve as an example for all of us. Derek is an exceptional student in both math and education. He demonstrates his passion for both fields through his lesson planning and his interaction with students in the classroom. In entrepreneurial leadership, the award goes to Nigel Drury. Nigel has developed outstanding business acumen and has constructed an impressive resume through his entrepreneurial experiences, which include new product design and social media marketing. He's in the process of launching his second business while using innovative strategies to land his first job in Portland, Oregon. The award for Friends of the Middle Border goes to Matthew Kroll. Matthew is a bright and imaginative student who has made impressive scholarly strides over the past 2 years. By combining his twin passions of American politics and political history, he has produced mature and discriminating analyses of recent political events. His summer internship in the Washington office of Senator Mike Rounds confirmed Matt's desire to pursue a career in public policy. In history, the award goes to Clark Butler. Clark is an industrious student who is completing a challenging double major in biology and history. His high personal standards for academic excellence make Clark extremely responsive to feedback and help to explain his intellectual development over the past several years. Clark showcased his enthusiasm for learning by enrolling in a wide variety of history courses. In human services, the award goes to Nicole Dvorak. Nicole has demonstrated the core values and behaviors of the human service profession within the context of her internship. And she couldn't join us tonight. In literature, the award goes to Erin Croucher. Erin not only examines literary text in nuanced and insightful ways, but she also effectively ties these examinations to analyses that indicate their cultural and contemporary relevance. We have 2 recipients in mathematics, John Sutherland, and in education and mathematics, Derek Brenner. John is a deep thinker and an astute mathematician. He is an active participant in class when other students are often silent. Derek has been an outstanding student throughout his academic career. He has served as a top-notch tutor for those struggling in their math classes, and he has served as a model student teacher. The recipient in music is Rachel Kriz. Rachel's infectious smile and positive attitude was a daily source of positivity in the music department. She lent her beautiful alto voice and her outstanding musicianship to the Wesleyan Choir, Highlanders, Women's Chamber Choir, and the Wesleyan Bells. Rachel's first love is teaching, and we know that she will succeed in sharing her love of music with her students. In nursing, the award goes to Danielle Moore. Danny was chosen for her positive attitude and calm demeanor that will make her the nurse we all want by our bedside. She has demonstrated tremendous growth, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for her. In nonprofit administration, the award goes to Amy Zeller. Amy has worked hard to apply her classroom experiences in meaningful ways in the nonprofit sector. These experiences have included completing an impact report for a Rwandan nonprofit, working on needs assessment and program development for an international ministry, and several other things. The award in psychology goes to Lane Weeman. Lane has distinguished herself as a scholar and leader in psychology through her research on resilience in conjunction with advancing our knowledge of treatment for people exposed to trauma. In addition, Lane is an active psychology club member and participates in a variety of service projects. In religion and philosophy, the award goes to Dylan Deflison. Dylan's work is always of the highest caliber, and his work ethic is the same. His creative approach to research has led him to do work of genuine value in understanding the bonds that hold Christian communities together. The award in sociology goes to Autumn Hagen. Autumn has consistently demonstrated the ability to enact broad-based systems thinking while pursuing her major degree in psychology. In speech, the award goes to Katrina Godfrey. Katerina is an outstanding communication major, and she couldn't make it tonight. The award in wildlife management goes to Dylan Turner. He's not here either. Now we switch.
At this time, we begin the university awards. The first award is the Bishop Armstrong Peace and Justice Award. The awardee is Amy Zeller. In honor of 12 years, Bishop A. James Armstrong served in the Dakotas. The Dakota Wesleyan University Board of Trustees established the Bishop Armstrong Peace and Justice Award to present it annually to a student or staff person whose life has demonstrated the relationship between religious faith and the issues of justice. This year, the award recipient, Amy Zeller, demonstrated a Christ-centered vision of a more peaceful and just world in her engagement of people at both a local and global level. She acted locally as leader of universities fighting world hunger to mobilize students to provide service for the weekend snack pack program, the Mitchell Area Food Pantry, the Salvation Army, and Feeding South Dakota. Amy has acted globally by helping to promote several development projects in Uganda and by providing leadership for multiple DWU hunger summits. Amy's involvement has also shown an understanding of the need to blend a faith commitment with strategic planning and action on the ground. Her commitment to the Student Ministry Council is a testament to her faith as the roots of her engagement. Her work in Uganda has involved a very creative and strategic effort to enable local people to undertake innovative development projects which have the potential to provide not just bread for today, but also hope for tomorrow. Amy, your commitment of more than 1,000 hours of service provides ample evidence of your efforts at the action level and makes you a proud recipient of the Dakota Wesleyan University 2018 Bishop Armstrong Peace and Justice Award. The recipient of the Campus Compact Newman Civic Fellow is Luke Merrill. Luke was nominated for this fellowship because in his short time at Dakota Wesleyan, Luke has displayed motivation to become involved in issues of justice and community engagement. As a freshman, Luke sought out a cultural immersion service trip to Uganda and is now enrolled in an independent study about Indian health services in South Dakota. Luke continues to prove to us at Dakota Wesleyan that he has a passion for both local and global community engagement, as well as informed and beneficial healthcare reform. He takes his study seriously, but continues to seek experiences that illuminate the root cause of the social justice issues he cares most about. Congratulations, Luke. The Vicki Clark Memorial Endowed Scholarship for Leadership and Service is awarded to Maria Conan and Luke Merrill. Maria's list of service and leadership contributions to both the university and the community are impressive. These include Student Senate Officer, volunteer with the Mitchell Fire Department, Campus Worship Band, First Aid Provider for South Dakota Special Olympics, and the Student Activities Board. Luke has served in a leadership capacity on several Dakota Wesleyan clubs. He has served as a peer mentor and tutor and served the community as an AzerCare hospice volunteer. While in Uganda, Luke helped organize a healthcare day service project where 4 doctors came to a small village and treated almost 50 patients. Congratulations, Maria and Luke. The Jerry M. Trimble Leadership Award recognizes Maria Conan. Maria also ran the Homecoming Committee for Student Senate this year and did a fantastic job. Across campus, she demonstrates both resiliency and persistence, as well as a commitment to setting an example for her peers through her actions and her character. Thank you, Maria.
We move now to the, the departmental awards. Dr. Tim Mulligan will present the awards for biology and wildlife management. The Harriet N. Hauk Scholarship goes to Caleb Haas. It also goes to Tessa Meyer. Okay. Tessa is thoughtful and analytical, which serves her well in her biology classes. She is very focused and can see connections between concepts that aren't always obvious. She is definitely on a great trajectory for a successful career in science. That's all you got. Dr. Alicia Vincent will present the George and Eleanor McGovern Student Leadership and Public Service Award to Cece Schneider. Cece has modeled leadership and service during her tenure at Dakota Wesleyan. She's been very involved in student government, including serving as Student Senate President. She has been responsible for the development of the McGovern Engagement Group and has dedicated innumerable hours to domestic and international humanitarian service. Dr. Renee Pruitt will present the Future Teachers Organization Local Leader Awards. First goes to Michelle Becken. As Vice President of the Future Teachers Organization, Michelle worked collaboratively with the team to meet a variety of project goals. Her reliability and work ethic were very instrumental to the success of the organization. The second award goes to Emily Brunsing. Emily eagerly managed to make time to work on a variety of Future Teacher Organization projects, and as secretary, she has been dependable, organized, and a valued officer. And the last award goes to Eric Waylander. Eric Waylander served as treasurer and the Future Teacher Organization representative to Student Senate. He led with a cheerful attitude, which served as a positive role model for others. Said she was. That's it for this set of awards. Thank you. Dr. Ashley Digman will present the Marjorie Linton O'Brien and Laura Linton Scholarships. The first goes to Michelle Becken. We'll just keep them all up on stage here. Michelle consistently models her personal best in all that she does. She is conscientious about her teacher preparation and always willing to serve. Second goes to Brittany Bergquist. Brittany understands that preparing to be an educator requires focus and the belief that perseverance is the key to teaching success. Sierra Carter. Sierra understands that curiosity is a critical aspect of teaching and learning. Her future students will learn through her example that inquiry sparks thinking. Mason Decker. Mason exhibits the patient, quiet disposition that makes him approachable to both students and colleagues. He also possesses a love for children and a sense of humor that will allow him to view the daily challenges of teaching in a positive way. Emily Hansen. When Emily gives oral presentations in her classes, you can already tell that she is going to excel as a teacher. Her enthusiasm and passion for teaching were obvious even when she was a first-year student teaching her first mini lesson. Jill Rick. Jill is a wonderful addition to the education program. Her passion for the profession is evident in her energy and excitement during her class experiences. She has a great attitude that lifts up all of those around her. Danielle Schoenfeld. Danielle has a heart for an elementary education teacher. Her passion to be an elementary education teacher is obvious when you meet her and talk with her. And finally, Taylor Smith. Taylor has a quiet disposition, but when she speaks up in class, it is always a well-reasoned response that helps other students extend their understanding of the content. Taylor has an exceptional work ethic and is a great addition to the education program. Dr. Digman will also present the Virginia A. Harms Endowed Scholarship in Elementary Education, which goes to Kelly Hall. Kelly consistently demonstrates a positive attitude towards each aspect of her teacher preparation. Her love of teaching is easy to detect, and her willingness to learn is admirable. Dr. Digman will also present the Evelyn Evans Annual Scholarship to Andrea Kahns. In her application essay for this scholarship, Andrea describes a recent teaching opportunity during a Dakota Wesleyan field experience in which she worked one-on-one with students who struggled to learn. She writes that I was able to see the student grow and prosper in just a short amount of time. Seeing the ideas bloom in his head like flowers in a beautiful garden is what I hope to provide every child with. Dr. Joan Lubin will present the Adkins Mathematics Award to Jessica Fair Mank. Jessica is an excellent student, both curious and hardworking. She has been a blessing to the students that she tutors, and in addition to her tutoring, she serves as a work study for the mathematics department. Dr. Michael Farney will present the Janet Glennie Farney Memorial Award to Riker Kreutzfeld. A hometown student, Riker has shown significant growth in his maturity and his mathematical knowledge as he has pursued his degree while also participating in the golf and math clubs. Dr. Vince Redder will present the Edith Heritage Garrison Memorial Prize in Writing to Thomas Dienst. Thomas has consistently written well-researched, historically grounded, uniquely conceived literature and literary history papers. His project on the Library of Alexander was particularly effective, arguing that the library should be remembered more as a prototype of a contemporary university than as a library. Dr. Barbara Duffy will present several awards. The first, the Elizabeth Graham Colton Prize to Maxine Block. Maxine's voice is unlike anyone else's, sassy and lyrical at the same time. She has won 3 Agnes Hyde Awards in her 4 years at Dakota Wesleyan, both in poetry and the essay. Her young adult novel, Capstone Project, is a page-turner. We'll now present the awards for the Agnes Hyde Writing Competition. The first place award for fiction goes to Rachel Parsons for the Assistant General Manager, a line from which reads, "In kindergarten, throat punching a classmate is frowned upon." And the Agnes Hyde Writing Award for Poetry goes to Aaron Croucher for I'm Not a People Person, a line from which reads, "The cold swallows another bit of my raw tongue." Dr. Clinton Desmond will present the Sinfonia Service Award to Nathaniel Collins. Nate has been a pillar of the music department. He was a valued member of the Wesleyan Choir, the Highlanders, the Singing Scotchmen, the Wesleyan Band, and the Wesleyan Bells. The department will deeply miss Nate as he embarks on a career of inspiring a new generation of musicians. Dr. Jesse Wines will present the Warren W. Coates Sociology Award to Autumn Hagen. Autumn demonstrated a strong grasp of sociology and family studies during her tenure at Dakota Wesleyan. Faculty know her by her curious intellect and her unique winning personality. Dr. Diane Sandoff will now present a number of awards in nursing. The first is the Mary E. Anderson Freshman Nursing Merit Award, which goes to Johanna Jensen. Johanna was chosen based on her ability to excel in the classroom. Her involvement in Student Senate and the Student Nurses Association exemplifies her dedication to leadership. Her behavior in and out of the classroom speaks to the professional that she is becoming. The Ivan and Doris Bartles Endowed Scholarship in Nursing goes to Michael Smith. McCall chose to write about the relationship caring and compassion have to the nursing profession. She states in her essay that if you do not have the constant desire to help others, then nursing is not the path for you. We have 2 recipients of the Irene Grace Went Endowed Scholarships. The first goes to Brianna Couch. Brianna demonstrates commitment to the nursing profession. She is determined to complete her degree while balancing home life, family life, and school life. Brianna is also involved in the Student Nurses Association and was recently elected project chair. The second Irene Grace Went Endowed Scholarship goes to Taylor Mao. Taylor was chosen for this award based on her never-give-up attitude. She is dedicated to becoming the best nurse possible. Her natural curiosity has enhanced her learning and allowed her to grow in the nursing program. The United Methodist Healthcare Association of Greater Mitchell Scholarships have two recipients. The first is Nicholas Garofalo. Nick expressed his calling to nursing as a vocation. He hopes to change the status quo of the female-dominated profession and to show the world that nice has no gender. The second scholarship goes to Johanna Jensen. Johanna expressed in her essay that her job as a certified nursing assistant has motivated her to a passion for caring for others. She says the most important thing she has learned about herself is that her soul is fed by assisting others and that God has called her to serve others through nursing. Dr. Dan Wagner will now present two United Methodist Church endowed scholarships as well. First place goes to Maria Conan. In her essay, Maria, a junior at Dakota Wesleyan in the athletic training program, addressed how concussions are characterized by numerous neurological symptoms and are still relatively mysterious to the medical world in terms of diagnosis. Maria explains that there are very promising studies on identifying biological markers in blood vessels that are associated with concussions and have 100% negative predictive values. Second place in the endowed scholarship is Morgan Ziegler. In her essay, Morgan, a junior in the athletic training program, writes, although we know that CTE is most commonly found in athletes or patients who had suffered repetitive brain trauma, it is found that acceleration-deceleration injury causes tau protein to become abnormally phosphorylated, misfolded, aggregated, and cleaved. It's not a word you see every day. Dr. Tim Milligan will present the St. Joseph Hospital Endowed Scholarships. First goes to Haley Johnson. Haley has plans to enter a graduate school program involving prosthetics and orthotics. Her Dakota Wesleyan career and her professional goals exemplify the university's mission of service to God and humanity. The second St. Joseph Endowed Scholarship goes to Lucas Merrill. Luke is one of Dakota Wesleyan's most promising pre-med students. He is not only outstanding academically, but he is also involved in medical missions and research involving healthcare systems. Dr. Lana Loken will present the Robert E. McWhirter Service Medal to Chesney Nagel. Chesney not only excels academically, but she has also gone above and beyond serving athletic training as the president of the Dakota Wesleyan Athletic Training Club, as well as serving as the South Dakota representative to the Mid-America Athletic Trainers Association Student Leadership Committee. Dr. Bethany Melrose Lehrman will present the Homer Carhart Prizes in Science. First goes to Maria Conan. Maria is a highly motivated student and her energy is contagious. Her ability to excel is illustrated in the classroom, but also in the laboratory, the training room, and on the job. The second recipient of the Homer Carhart Prize in Science is Megan Travis. Megan is a natural in the chemistry classroom. Her instructors appreciate her service to the department through a variety of roles, including teaching and research assistantships. Mrs. Carly Hubers and Dr. David Mitchell will present the Dave and Ann Mitchell Student Award for exemplary service to Amy Zeller. Amy makes service a priority in her leadership and student experience. She has been committed to several different kinds of service throughout her tenure as a student at Dakota Wesleyan. She has participated in community-based learning projects, served as a leader and member of student groups like Third Freedom and Student Ministry Council, and has done international service work, exemplifying strong servant leadership throughout each experience. The second recipient of the Student Award. This is the Faculty Award. I got confused. The recipient of the Dave and Ann Mitchell Faculty Award for Exemplary Service is Ann Kelly. Dr. Kelly has designed and led a variety of community-based service learning projects in her courses over the past 2 years, including a community-based research project for the Abbott House and a partnership with the Safe House and JVCC. She demonstrates to her students that service is a priority in the classroom, but also through her work outside the classroom through club and community advising. The Dave and Ann Mitchell Student Service Award goes to several students who have completed 100 hours of service per year while attending Dakota Wesleyan. Each of these students will receive a pin. The students are Natasha Lecter, Rachel Mahoney, Megan Peltier, Cece Schneider, and Amy Zeller. Dr. Joel Allen will present the Marv Miller Christian Leadership Award to Bryce Blank. Through internships, mission trips, and service projects, Bryce has shown himself to be an invaluable Christian leader at Dakota Wesleyan University. As a disciple of Christ, Bryce reflects the Christ-likeness that draws others into the web of grace. Dr. Ryan Van Zee will present the Kelly Center Student Leadership Awards to 3 students. The first is Kellen Erpenbach. Kellen is an active member of the Collegiate Entrepreneur Club on campus and won first place at the Innovation Expo in Sioux Falls this past year. Catherine Holt. And Zachary Ryherd. Okay. This is Zach's second time winning this award. He's a key member of the CEO Club, and he has been committed to the club for 3 consecutive years. At Dakota Wesleyan, we term student athletes who have a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or above scholar athletes, and we'd like to recognize all our senior scholar athletes who are in attendance tonight. So if you are a senior scholar athlete, would you please stand and be recognized? You're almost done listening to me. I want to make a few recognitions for faculty who've achieved milestones this year. We have several faculty who are either promoted and received tenure. Dr. Derek Drieger was promoted to full professor. Dr. Barbara Duffy was promoted to associate professor and granted tenure. Jessica Jarding was promoted to associate professor and granted tenure. And Dr. Alicia Vincent was promoted to associate professor and granted tenure. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Rocky Van Eye, who was granted emeritus status this past year for her many years of service to Dakota Wesleyan University. And we would also like to recognize Dr. Diane Sandoff, who, after many years of perseverance, we finally get to call her doctor. And to round out my comments, it's my privilege this evening to present the Exemplary Teacher Award. This year's recipient exemplifies excellence in teaching, civility, and concern for students and colleagues. The recipient likewise maintains a commitment to valued-centered education, as well as service to students, the institution, and the community. A review of the comments that this professor's students have made on their evaluations of this professor's courses over the years reveals remarkably consistent patterns over time. Students comment repeatedly on three things. The first is this professor's depth of knowledge. The second is the professor's penchant for organization. And third, they comment on the learning environment that this professor creates, as it involves engaging and consistent opportunities for applied, hands-on, and interactive learning opportunities. The following provide a sampling of students' comments regarding the instructor's knowledge in the field. The instructor possesses an in-depth knowledge of the material. The instructor's course strategically reinforced critical elements of my previous learning. The instructor did an excellent job expanding my knowledge. And bear in mind that this last comment comes from a student who is singing the instructor's praises. The student writes, "Without a doubt, this professor leads the most difficult classes I have ever attended." With respect to the instructor's penchant for organization, the following provide representative examples of students' comments. The course was well organized, and the instructor gave each student an opportunity to succeed. The course was well structured and easy to follow. I really liked that. The instructor was always well prepared for class. And when asked to identify the most positive aspect of this professor's course, one student offered a single-word response: organized. With respect to this professor's ability to create engaging learning environments, students expressed the following sentiments. The instructor finds ways to help us stay focused and learn the information better. The instructor creates a well-structured learning environment. Class discussion is always very educational. A lot of this class is lab-based, which is necessary and represents a great way to learn. I think it's important that we have open discussions about what we are learning and that we're able to speak one-on-one with our professors and classmates about what we're learning. This is very important, particularly in our field of study. Personally, I am most struck by this professor's commitment to the success of her students. This is reflected in the comments of one student who wrote, "This professor does everything she can to individualize each student's experience to focus on their future dreams and goals." This commitment is evident to me when she's advocating for the creation of a pathway for South Dakota students to return to their hometowns to serve their communities in the dual capacities of science teacher and athletic trainer. It is likewise evident when she's emailing the administration on a Thursday evening to proudly inform us that all 10 seniors graduating from the athletic training program passed their national certification exam on the first try, and reminding us that this represents an aggregate first-time pass rate of 97.8% over the past 5 years. The professor's accomplishments and dedication extend beyond the classroom as well. She embodies the university's mission of service through her extensive service to her profession, the university, the state, and the community. Some highlights from her service activities: she has held a variety of offices in both national and state-level athletic training organizations. She has provided exemplary service on a broad range of university committees. She has provided leadership to the Athletic Training Club and has bravely piloted one of our 2 digital DWU courses this spring. She has provided volunteer athletic training services to youth hockey in Mitchell and have been a participant in innumerable other service projects. Would you please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Exemplary Teacher Award, Dr. Lana Loken. All yours.
All right. It is my privilege as student body president, I get to give out the Student Senate Club Awards. And so can we please have representatives from each of the following clubs join me on stage? Student Ministry Council, Student Diversity Council, Chaos, and Athletic Training. Perfect. All right. And each year, Student Senate recognizes clubs for their outstanding service and dedication to enhancing Dakota Wesleyan's experience. As they're continuing to make their way to the stage, it is my honor and privilege to announce the awards, and then my current Vice President, Maria Kunin, will be handing out the plaques. Our first Student Senate award given out this year is the Up and Coming Award. This is a new award that we commissioned last year as a Senate team to exemplify extraordinary growth and promise of a club over the last year. So without further ado, the second club to ever receive the Up and Coming Student Senate Award is Student Diversity Council. 2 years ago, Student Diversity Council graduated a lot of seniors, and it took them a year or so of rebuilding, but this year they were a thriving club on campus, hosting cultures around the world, and they were partnering with the cafeteria to host heritage meals, reminding us students to celebrate Black History Month, Mexican Independence Day, and Native American history, and the list goes on and on. Let's give them a round of applause for their hard work. The second award given out by Student Senate is the most successful fundraiser. This year's recipient is Chaos. Chaos is our chemistry, biology, allied health, and all other things science. While they're not the ones who bring in the most money on an annual basis, we love the way they fundraise. They're very creative and they stay true to their mission. Some of their most successful fundraisers have been science labs, celebrating Mole Day, and we really respect their sharing their love of science via the health fairs, stress workshops, and the Toys for Tots annually. So great job on all of your fundraisers. One of the most important pillars here at Dakota Wesleyan is service, and so we like to recognize a club for their outstanding service. And this year, Student Ministry Council is our proud recipient. Student Ministry Council was chosen for their work with their annual mission trip to Peru, the Love Feast, Snack Pack, Avera Brady, and the Abbott House. Student Ministry Council has a history of being the hands and feet of Jesus here at Dakota Wesleyan. We want to recognize them this year for their success of a new project called Age to Age with Avera Brady. They're connecting students with elderly adults in the Mitchell community, and especially for their ability to draw non-members to serve with them on their large projects. Thank you, SMC, for your continuous dedication to serve locally, domestically, and internationally. Congrats. And lastly, the most prestigious award given by Senate, the Most Dedicated Award. This award goes to athletic training. Athletic training year after year is a stable club here at Dakota Wesleyan. They provide free blood pressure checks at the various events around Mitchell. They have a wonderful partnership with the Special Olympics where they're able to provide basic first aid to athletes and, almost more importantly, fostering the friendships and inclusion. And last year, AT has fundraised thousands of dollars for the Special Olympics via the polar plunge. And year after year, athletic training has had outstanding students present their research at regional conferences. Let's give them a big round of applause for all their hard work.
My name is Carly Hubers, and this is Tracy Dice, and we are the faculty and staff advisors for Student Senate.
Will everyone who served as a senator this past year please rise? Thank you to each of you for your year of service. We will now recognize our outgoing seniors on the Student Senate Executive Leadership Team. Ms. Maria Schwader, could you please join us on stage? Maria, on behalf of the Senate, we'd like to thank you for your dedicated service in Student Senate. You provided steady leadership, great organization, and a sharp mind to the executive team as the treasurer. In recognition of your service to the student body of Dakota Wesleyan University, please accept this token of our appreciation for a job well done.
We would also like to recognize Miss Cece Schneider as an outgoing senior. Cece, you've done a fantastic job serving as Senate President, guiding your executive team and the entire Senate during a year with professionalism and performing a great commitment to service as the voice of the student body. Your passion and diligence and vibrant personality, we'll say, will be missed. For your service, we'd like to present you with this plaque to recognize your time in the Senate. Let's thank Cece for her service. Cece, we now would like to invite you to pass the President's gavel to next year's Senate President, Mr. Ryan Chase. Ryan, would you please come forward?
Ryan, it is your task as Student Senate President to represent the student body, to guide Senate, to make decisions that benefit the entire student body and not just one constituency. You must lead by example, rule by logic, justice, and common sense. It's my honor for me to present you with the gavel of presidency, and I know you'll do great. I now invite Sierra Crater up to the stage to begin our last segment of Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan.
Thank you, Cece. The Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan Award represents the highest honor bestowed upon a senior. Nominees for and recipients of this award are distinguished by their academic excellence, their character, and their commitment to the mission of DWU. Being named Miss Wesleyan or the Scotchman means you are among the university's most esteemed students.
The first Miss Wesleyan, Carrie Schaefer, was elected by the DWU student body in October of 1929, and that was a part of the year's homecoming festivities. She was then inaugurated in a ceremony on the steps of Old College Hall, and she took her place of honor at the head of the Blue and White Days Parade on Saturday, October 26th of 29.
The first Scotchman, Reynolds Rennie Hand, was elected by the entire student body and presented as the Scotchman at the Junior-Senior Banquet on May 13, 1939. The criteria were scholastic standing, personality, and extracurricular involvement. The selection of Miss Wesleyan was moved to the spring in 1951 to coincide with the awarding of the Scotchman.
Just talk loud, okay. Now, historically, both awards were granted based on the vote of the entire student body, but in recent years, however, the process has changed. In order to qualify for the award, students must have a senior status and a GPA of 3.25 or higher. Eligible students are then nominated by faculty and then submit an application for themselves. The Student Senate exec team reviews the application materials and narrows the pool to the final 12 candidates who are then interviewed by the selection committee.
As sophomore and junior class presidents, Rex and I were honored to serve on the selection committee, along with these faculty and staff, who we would like to thank at this time. Please stand and remain standing as your name is called. Kyle Hergis, representing the College of Arts and Humanities. Tracy Dice, representing the College of Leadership and Public Service. Bethany Melro Lehrman, representing the College of Healthcare, Fitness, and Science. And Diana Goldhammer, Student Senate Advisor and Director of Student Life.
At this time, President Novak and Provost Roy, if you would please come forward to present the candidates with their medallions. Good timing.
We are very excited to introduce our 2018 finalists for the Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan. The finalists this year exemplify the 4 missional values of Dakota Wesleyan University: learning, leadership, faith, and service. Candidates, please come to the stage as your name is called.
All right, as you can see, our first nominee is Elizabeth Anderson. During Liz's time at Dakota Wesleyan, she has grown as a leader and learned the power of collaborating with others. She has been actively involved in our local and state Student Nurses Association, serving as the state president this past year. Liz developed a quality improvement plan for a rural hospital in South Dakota, and we know that she's going to be a fantastic nurse. Congratulations, Liz.
Our next nominee is Tyson Allen. Tyson found a passion for service while at DWU. During his interview, he shared with the committee about his medical mission trips in the Dominican Republic and South Africa, during which he was able to discern his vocation while fostering an attitude of service. We're grateful for Tyson's willingness to serve those who often have little access to medical care, and wish him luck as he attends the University of South Dakota for Physician's Assistant School. Congratulations, Tyson.
Next up is Sarah Hoosier. From the beginning, Sarah's professors pushed her outside of her comfort zone and put forward new opportunities such as service in Uganda and presenting her undergraduate research at the Experimental Biology Conference. Sarah described herself as someone who is in everything, helping out in a variety of places, and we agree with that. Sarah's next opportunity will be conducting biomedical research through the National Institutes of Health, their post-baccalaureate program, and that's in Maryland. So congratulations, Sarah.
Dylan Dethlefson is our next nominee. While at DWU, Dylan found his voice and confidence. One of his most valued experiences was being selected as part of the Elisha internship program, which he discovered which allowed him to serve a local church and solidify his calling to vocational ministry. Dylan is attending seminary in Boston on a full scholarship thanks to the outstanding work he did at DWU. Congratulations, Dylan.
Next is Natasha Letcher. For Tasha, strength has come through adaptability. She has balanced campus ministries, residence life, and student teaching, all while being a key leader in 4 mission trips to Trujillo, Peru. Tasha has learned to raise funds, plan logistics, work with a variety of people, and adapt to the ever-changing situations that go with campus life and international travel. Congratulations, Tash.
Our next nominee is Tyler Fortuna. Tyler has developed his leadership abilities on the football field, in the biochemistry laboratory, and tutoring other students, but conducting and presenting research has had the most impact on him. It has fostered his passion for science and allowed him to build relationships with students, staff, and community members. Tyler will be attending graduate school at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine in the fall. Congratulations, Tyler.
Chesney Nagel is our next nominee. One strength that Chesney has grown in is leadership. Her experiences on the Wesleyan women's basketball team and athletic training club have been fundamental in developing this strength of hers. One of her most memorable experiences has been winning the national tournament this past year with her teammates. We wish Chesney the best of luck as she attends physical therapy school at the University of South Dakota this fall. Congratulations, Chesney.
Our next nominee is Austin Van Poel. As part of the football team's leadership council, Austin has served as a mentor to other players on the team. One activity that has had the greatest impact on Austin is his internship in the weight room with Coach Kyle Hobbs. Through this experience, he has led warm-ups, learned how to modify lifts for students with injuries, and has even ventured into product development. Austin will serve as a strength and conditioning graduate assistant next year and continue to grow his business, Midwest Mobility. Congratulations, Austin.
Next up is Cece Schneider. At DWU, Cece, sorry about that, developed leadership abilities through her work with the McGovern Engagement Group, where she has been a key contributor for 4 years. She worked with the School Garden Project in Uganda, which taught her grit and the power of personal sacrifice. Cece has also been a significant contributor to residence life and campus ministry, and will carry out the motto, sacrifice or service, long after her time here. Congrats, Cece.
Next is Eric Waylander. While at DWU, Eric has gone on 2 service trips to Uganda. Through these experiences, he was able to teach students and learn from their culture. He has shown his abilities to solve problems and encourage teamwork in the education department, residence life, and the campus ministry worship team. Congratulations, Eric.
Our next candidate is Amy Zeller. Since coming to Wesleyan as the first McGovern Scholar, Amy has been able to put her strength of ideation to work for the good of others, both here and abroad. One of her most valued experiences was her independent study with Dr. Mitchell concerning economic development within third world countries. She has served in residence life, been an important part in the McGovern Engagement Group and universities fighting world hunger, and served as a valued member of Student Ministry Council. Congratulations, Amy.
Our final nominee is Nicholas Waslam. A strength that Nick has developed while at DWU is learner. The class that has impacted him the most was organic chemistry with Dr. Melro Lehrman, as it taught him to reach deeper and differentiate between learning and memorizing. Nick has also displayed his strength in teamwork as a member of the wrestling team and Chaos Science Club. Congratulations, Nick. Would you all please join me in giving a round of applause for all of our finalists? Before we announce our new Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan, we'd like to recognize some special guests. Please stand as I read your name, and please remain standing until we have recognized everyone. Jesse Wines, Scotchman 2003. Ashley Digman, Miss Wesleyan 2006. Derek Luden, Scotchman 2010. And Ariana Arampatsis, Miss Wesleyan 2017. And also Marisha Marvin Keys 2016.
We would also like to recognize any currently serving or past members of the DWU Board of Trustees. If you're out in the audience, would you please stand? And we'd like to thank you for attending. The selection of this year's Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan was challenging. College is a pretty stressful thing, and that's definitely one of the worst things I've been through since being here. Each of these candidates up here is just, exceptional in everything they do. It was just, I thought terrible, but it was rewarding. And they just exemplify everything that Dakota Wesleyan stands for, so we have a pretty great group of people up here, especially in the learning, leadership, faith, and service aspects of it. So now we'll ask President Novak to come forward and announce the winners.
So when the first Miss Wesleyan was actually awarded, I wanted to just share with you a brief note. Cars were becoming the preferred form of transportation for students. Things have changed. There were actually 12 cars in the parking lot that year. Things have really changed, right? They even talked about going up to Huron to compete in football and watch their team play Huron. They normally took trains. This year they took their cars. And one of the yearbook comments says that it was a dangerous trip to Huron. Mind you, it's about an hour today by our vehicles. It took them a good 3/4 of the day. They got there in the third quarter, watched Wesleyan roll to victory, and then it took them almost all night to get back home. But today, 90 years later, we continue the tradition of honoring excellence in learning, leadership, faith, and service. And we also continue the tradition of being together in a night to celebrate your accomplishments and to celebrate what it means to be part of the Wesleyan family. We send out notices to all the previous Miss Wesleyan and Scotchman recipients. And an individual from the class of 1965 wrote back to say, "It was one of the best times of my life. I fondly remember that day, and Dakota Wesleyan has forever changed me." We hope each of you who are on the stage and those of you who are students with us tonight have that same sentiment. It is my pleasure to announce the 2018 Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan. Congratulations to Miss Wesleyan Amy Zeller and Scotchman Tyler Fortuna. If you could please step forward. I'm going to ask Dylan and Eric to please come back up here. Okay. For those of you who are the Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan candidates, as well as our winners tonight, we'd ask you to please join us on stage after the event so we can get some final pictures. I'd also like to welcome Denise Van Meter to offer the benediction. And following that, we'll sing the Scotchman, which is why I have these two wonderful members of the Dakota Wesleyan Choir here to lead us in the Scotchman. And they're both thinking, what note are we starting on? But anyway, yeah, not too high. That's the alto in me coming out. Okay, so Denise, can you join us for the offering of the benediction?
As we leave here tonight, remember that if we can't do great things, we can at least do small things in a great way. May we always be sincere in offering our help to others in need. Bless our time and bless our efforts. Amen.
Okay, so the Scotchman is our traditional song sung here at Dakota Wesleyan. I'm going to give a little context here if you're a parent, because sometimes this seems a little bit odd, and if you weren't here during some other Dakota Wesleyan events, you're going to say, what the heck? Okay, bear with me. It refers to a tumbleweed in early Dakota Territory. Before we were South Dakota, it was Dakota Territory, and the state had not yet been founded. And the winds were blowing, and the only thing blowing across this prairie were tumbleweeds. And they were a sign of resiliency and determination. And we like to think that today, what we honored in our students is also their signs of their determination and resiliency. So we sing the Scotchman through once, and then we hum it. Okay, so just, you're all going to look and laugh a little bit, but this has a great deal of tradition and memory here at the institution. So we hum the second time around, and then that will be the closing for us this evening. So, gentlemen, you want to come up to the mic? Oh, I can see the excitement. Can you all stand?
Show me the Scotchman who doesn't love the thistle. Show me the Englishman who doesn't love the rose. Show me the true-hearted son of old Wesleyan who doesn't love the spot where the tumbleweed grows.
Thank you. Thank you all again for coming tonight. We hope you enjoy your evening. And once again, a final applause for all of our honorees.